momentum. Okay, what's given into that? It's given that a football player. Okay, let's say there is a player. Okay, let's say there is a player. Okay, I'm drawing it over here. Let's say a player kicks a ball, and this is the ball, and this is a football, right? We need to find the force which is applied, the applied force by this footballer is equal to what? Right? Right? When it's given that the football player kicks a 0.5 kg ball, and the mass of this ball is, let's say, m, and the mass is 0.5 kg. And after kicking, when the football player kicks the ball, and after kicking, it imparts it a velocity of 10 meter per second. After that, when he kicks off, you can see a velocity is achieved by the ball. Okay, and what's that velocity? That velocity is of the football is 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second, right? This is the velocity which is achieved. Now, I hope you understand the scenario now. Okay, the contact between foot and ball is only for 1/50th of a second. Okay, that means when the football player is kicking this ball, there will be a time of contact between his foot and the ball. Contact force. That means till what time the football is in attachment with the football player's foot. So that is equal to time. That is given as 1/50th of a second. Right? This is given to you. Now we need to find the force applied. This applied force, right? That's what. So let's say this is F. This is the applied force, right? Now, what we will do? You know the Newton's law, the second law, the rate of change of momentum is force. The rate of change of momentum, since initially, hope you've seen a game, any game, where a football player hits a ball, let's say it's a penalty kick. Okay, so the ball is initially at rest. Okay, so we can say that the initial velocity of this ball, that is u, equal to 0, right? And the final velocity is 10 meter per second, which is imparted after kicking the ball by the footballer, that is 10. Now we know that rate of change of momentum. What is momentum? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity, right? Mass and velocity is the momentum. M into V is the momentum. And what is delta? This is momentum. You need to remember. This is very simple formula. Okay, this is momentum. And rate of change of momentum will be the velocity, the u will be 0 initially, then m into u minus m into v, or final minus initial. So we can write it as rate of change of momentum will be m into v. This is the final momentum minus initial momentum m into u. And the rate, that means this change per unit of time here. So in the denominator it will be a time, right? So this will be equal to the applied force, right? So just put up the value and get the value of force, and we will be able to calculate the applied force, right? So this m into v, m is 0.5 kg, that is the mass of the ball. So just put up the value over here. 0.5 0.5 kg multiplied by the final velocity, that is after kicking, that is 10 into 10 minus m into u. M will be 0.5 but u will be 0 because this is the initial velocity. Initial, u is the initial velocity, minus, sorry, m into u. So this will be 0.5 into initial velocity is 0 into 0, right? Divided by the time. What is the time? Time is 1/50th of a second. So just write it 1 by 50. Okay, and solve it to get the value of force. So in this way this force is calculated, right? Now let us come to the figure. What is the exact numerical figure, which is, 1 minute, sorry, yeah. So here 10, here 10 into zero point 0.5 will be 5, right? 5 minus 0 by 1 by 50. So when it is divided, this denominator will come into the numerator. This will be 50 by 1. So this will give you 5 into 50 Newton. So this will be equal to 250 Newton. This is the force applied. So the force applied by the football player at kickoff is what? 250 Newton. And this is your answer, right? So this is a question on conservation of momentum, where momentum chapter, where it's given that a football player kicks a ball. A football player kicks a ball, and the with his foot he is applied some force on the ball, and that force is, let's say, F. We need to find this F when the mass of the ball is given as 0.5 kg, right? And the velocity imparted by the football player to this ball is 10 meter per second. That means when he kicks off, the ball attains a velocity, and after that it starts moving in one direction. Okay, let's say v is the velocity which is attained by the ball after kicking. Okay, after kicking. Now we need to find the applied force. Here the time of contact between the foot and the ball, it's only 1 by 50th of a second. Okay, because in general life you will see when playing a football that when you are kicking a ball, it's not like the ball is stuck to your foot. Okay, it's just for a small moment the ball is in contact with the ball is in contact with your foot, right? So this time is 1/50th of a second. Now we know that initially the ball was at rest, so the initial velocity, this is the initial velocity u equal to 0, and final velocity is v equal to 10, right? The initial velocity and final velocity is known to you. Now you can ultimately calculate the rate of change of momentum. And what is the formula of momentum? Mass into velocity. This is momentum, right? So this will be the final momentum minus initial momentum, that is m into v, where v is the final velocity, minus m into u. So this is the rate of, this is the change in momentum. And when it will be rate of change of momentum, that is this change per unit of time. This is the time, and this is known as force, which is our Newton's second law, right? This is rate of change of momentum. Now just put up the value. M is 0.5, that is the mass of this football, and v is given to you, that is the velocity imparted to this football. Okay, so that is 10 meter per second. Put the value of, in place of v, 10. Since u is already 0 because the ball was starting in the initial position, the ball velocity was 0, that is the initial velocity of this ball was 0. So the second term, this will be going to be 0. Now we are having divided by the time is 1/50th of a second, this one, right? Now this will give you 0.5 into 10, that is 5, minus 0.5 into 0, that is 5 minus 0 divided by 1 by 50. So 50 will come to the numerator and it will be giving you 5 into 50, which is equal to 250 newton. So 250 newton of force is applied by this football player on this football when after kicking this ball attains a velocity of 10 meter per second, right? So this question is solved now. So 250 Newton is our answer. If you find it useful, you can like and subscribe. Hi Justin Cavazos. Now we can come to the chat. Hi, my name is Justin and I like football too. Oh, great, Justin. I like it. Perfectly fine. This is a very good game. Yep. And I hope what is the numerical and what is the physics applied when you are playing a football. I think you can correlate this, right? I hope, Justin. Yeah. It's very good that you like the football. Perfectly fine. It's a very good game. Mhm. Now, I think whenever you are kicking a ball, you will be applying this concept or applying this physics, right? That with what, how many force? Because gradually, when you will be increasing this force, when you are increasing this force, right, which is applied through this foot, this one here. Whenever you are increasing your force, what you will see, the velocity of this ball will be increasing gradually. Okay, so it's a mere 250 newton of force which is applied to this football and it attains a velocity of 10 meter per second, and if you hit it harder, okay, then definitely it will be a greater force. Then it can be, as you will increase the force from 250 to maybe 300, 350 or 400 or 800, then the velocity will be gradually higher, right? Yeah, Justin, thank you so much. I think we have just discussed this question now. For any query, you can put up into the comment box. Otherwise, I will like to take another more questions of momentum. If you want to take me now, it's okay. Otherwise, I will come up with a separate session. Actually, the longer videos are not watched very promptly, right? So that's why I'm trying to make a shorter one so that it will be helpful to anyone, right? I hope you understood this, Justin, Justin Cavazos. Yeah, students, I think in this way we have solved this question. The main concept which is applied, that is rate of change of momentum. This is change in momentum. This is change in momentum. Change. So can you do the calculations? Yeah, the last chapter you have put some numerical from gravitation. If the Earth is an oblate spheroid, okay, tilted in a 25-degree angle and rotating at 1038 mile per hour, how can it spin perfectly with no vibration and wobble? Can you do the calculations? Okay. So you want me to solve this question? Hmm? Can we take up in a separate session for gravitation? The last chapter, explain it again. What is your query? You want to solve this numerical? If the Earth is an oblate spheroid, so we'll discuss for gravitation in the separate session. Okay? Tough question, I am just noting down this question and the last chapter, and I will explain this. Don't worry. I am noting down this chapter, this question. Okay? In the live session of gravitation, we can discuss it. Here, as of now, I will request you to just, if you a wheel that's balanced spins. Mhm. Yeah, thank you. The last chapter. I will explain your question. Don't worry. Okay, and I will come up with the session on this. and even I will try to put a shorts on this. Okay, give me some time. Now just concentrate on this numerical now. Okay, if any query on this momentum numerical you can ask. Okay, the rate of change of momentum. You know what is change of momentum and what is rate of change of momentum? There is a difference between change of momentum and rate of change of momentum. Do you know? The change of momentum, the change of momentum is, delta. Change of momentum is delta. That means some value minus final value minus initial value. That means final momentum minus initial momentum is the change of momentum, right? And the rate of change of momentum, that is whatever the delta you are calculating. Delta. Delta is what? That is final minus initial. This is the final minus initial is the change, right? Is the change. And the what is the rate of change? That means this divided by the time. Suppose the momentum at t equal to what time, and initially momentum was t equal to some time. So the change in time. So when this will be divided by time, this is the rate of change of that particular value, physical quantity. So here it's momentum. Take the final momentum minus initial momentum divided by time. So this is the rate of change of momentum. And this is equal to the applied force over here, right? Thank you, the last chapter. And thank you, students. I think we can wind up this now. So understand this. I hope you understand this. Change in momentum and rate of change of momentum, right? Thank you so much for watching. Let's wind up this session now. Okay. Happy learning. Bye bye. I hope you understand this. Change in momentum, and this is rate of change of momentum. This is final minus initial is the change. This is the change. What is into the numerator? This is the change. So change in momentum is final minus initial. That is final momentum minus initial momentum. But when it's divided by t, this will be rate of change of momentum, right? No, no, last chapter you didn't interrupted. It's perfectly fine. You asked a question of gravitation, and in the separate session we can discuss it. Okay, because we will lost the topic over here right now. Okay, so I think you can bear with me. Okay, I will definitely support you. I hope you understand the what is the basic difference, change and rate of change. Hmm? So this is change of momentum will be final momentum minus initial momentum. But when it's mentioned change of rate of change of momentum, that means this will be divided by when what will be the final momentum at what time. Let's say at t equal to maybe some 5 hour, or 5 seconds. Let's say let's you need to take the time unit as second. It's 5 seconds, and the initial momentum was calculated when the time start clicking or ticking. The time was 2 seconds. Okay, then 5 minus 2 will be the change in time, and this will be coming into the denominator. Then you will be saying rate of change of momentum. That means this final momentum minus initial momentum divided by this 5 minus 2. When this final momentum is achieved, at what time, and when the initial momentum was triggered. So that was the, so that is the change of time. When it will come into the denominator, it will be the delta t. It will be the delta t. So it will be delta p. Delta p, that means p is momentum. We generally denote momentum with p, right? So rate of change of momentum will be delta p divided by delta t. So this will give you force, right? This will give you force, rate of change of momentum, right? Mind it very seriously. Change in momentum and rate of change of momentum. When the word rate is applied, rate, rate means when we are doing something, what is the rate? That means when this is measured with respect to time, okay, with respect to time, right? Then this is rate of change of. So T will be coming into the denominator. Okay, and this change in momentum will be divided by this T. This will give you the force. This is the second law. Okay, this is as per the Newton's second law. So we have solved this question, and applying this, we have calculated the force as 250 Newton, right? And this is our answer. I think you are. I hope you all understood this question. Mhm. Any query you can put up into the comment box as put by Justin Cavajos, the last chapter, and others. Mhm. Thank you so much for having a live interactive session with you. So here, I think you understood this. If any no query, we can wind up. But for related to momentum, any numericals related to momentum, just apply the same formula. Okay, just you need to understand the numerical first. What's saying? Understanding the scenario over here. Okay, this footballer is kicking the ball. This is a for a fraction of seconds. That means 1/50th of second. You can see here where here 1/50th of second this ball is in contact with the foot. Okay, for a very short duration. Okay, so don't get diverted after seeing lot many of data. Be patient after reading the numerical. Okay, be patient, just observe the data and note down the data what is given into the numerical. Okay, so as per this numerical, it's given that a football player kicks a 0.5 kg ball here and imparts it a velocity of 10 meter per second, right? This one, the contact between foot and ball is only 5 meter. These three things are given to you. These three things are given to you. This mass, this velocity, and time. Okay. I think we have lost the session now. Anyway, I have explained it very clearly, and you must have liked it. Hmm. Thank you so much for watching it. I will be closing the session now, since if any no query will be coming to me, we can wind up. Yeah. Actually, some connection interruptions were there. That's why I was disconnected. Sorry, students. Hmm. So the three data which is given into this question is the time of contact between this foot and football is 1/50 of second. This is the time given to you, right? So this is one of the data. Second data, the mass of the ball, that is 0.5 kg, and the third data is the velocity which is imparted by kicking this football. The velocity attained by this ball is 10 meter per second. So we need to find the applied force F. So the time of contact force is given to you. So 1, 2, and 3, three data is given to you. And based upon these three data, we calculate this or solve this numerical. Okay, the rate of change of momentum. So the rate of change of momentum I explained. This is the change in momentum, final momentum minus initial momentum. But the rate, when the rate will be coming, that value will be, that delta will be divided by the change in time, that is delta t. So here it's divided by delta t. So this is the rate of change of momentum, and this is the equal to applied force, which is given into our Newton's second law. Okay, we just use the same to solve this question. The final velocity multiplied by initial velocity, here m into v is momentum, you know it. Fine, when the value will be final velocity, mass will be same for the football, because the football is of same weight initially and finally, before the kickoff and after the kickoff. So m will be constant. This will be constant, right? When m will be constant, then v, when you put the in place of v, when you put the value of v, the final velocity, that is 10 meter per second, and this product m into v will give you final momentum. And when you put the value of v as initial velocity, that is u equal to 0 here, then it will give you the initial momentum. Then final momentum minus initial momentum, this will give you change in momentum. This will give you change in momentum, change in momentum. This change divided per unit time, this is the rate of change, right? Per unit time. That's why I divided it by time. Just put up the value and solve it. You get the force at 250 Newton. So 250 Newton of force is applied on this ball to impart it a velocity of 10 meter per second. Whenever gradually we are increasing the force, this velocity will also be increasing. Okay, this is simple numerical, students. I hope you liked it. For any query, you can put up into the comment box. Yes, I love to respond that. Yeah, yeah, Sarvani, Chavan, you have any doubt, you can put up into the comment box. I will respond. Not an issue. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I think we are lost. Anyway, you can drop me a message. I will respond. Not an issue. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Okay. Thanks. The last chapter for the for your comments. Thank you so much. I got it. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Happy learning.